Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the difference between the present simple and the present continuous tense. The first thing we have to know about any tense is the formation of this tense. So let's start with the present simple. The formation of the present simple is the basic form of the verb when the subject is I, they, we, you, or any plural nouns. So we use the base form of the verb without any additions if the subject I, they, we, you, or any plural noun. For example, when I say they eat their breakfast in the morning, the next one, we usually play football at the club. If you concentrate with me, you are going to see play is the best form of the verb. We put the best form of the verb if the subject again I, we, they, you, or any plural noun. The third example, when I say students usually work very hard. Okay, but if the subject he, she, it, or any singular noun, we use the base form of the verb plus s. Again, if the subject he, she, it, or any singular noun, we use the base form of the verb and we put s at the end of this verb. Like when I say he usually drinks milk. The next example, when I say she sometimes runs in the morning and Sarah often cooks dinner. Okay. To make a negative in present simple, how to make a negative in present simple? To get the negative form in the present simple, we use don't or doesn't. We use don't or doesn't plus the base form of the verb. Again, to make a negative in the present simple, we use don't or doesn't plus the base form of the verb. We use don't if the subject I, we, they, you, or any plural noun. Okay? Again, we use don't if the subject I, we, they, you, or any plural noun. Like when I say I don't usually swim in the sea. The next example, they don't often play at school. We use doesn't if the subject he, she, it, or any singular noun. Like for example, when I say Ali doesn't like apples or the cat doesn't drink the milk. Okay? So again, to make negative in present simple, we use don't or doesn't plus the base form of the verb. When the subject I, we, they, you, or any plural noun, we use don't plus the base form of the verb. If the subject he, she, it, or any singular noun, we use doesn't plus the base form of the verb without any additions. Okay, so when can I use the present simple, not the present continuous or the present perfect? We use the present simple to talk about habits or routines. If you have a habit and you want to express it, you can use the present simple to express it. Like when I say, my sister always plays handball at the weekend. Okay, we use present simple also to talk about facts. Like when I say, the earth orbits the sun. This is a fact. I can't change it. So I use present simple to express habits and facts. Habits and facts. We use present simple to talk about events that are going to happen in the future according to a timetable. If something is going to happen in the future according to a timetable, I use present simple. Like when I say, the film starts at 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay? The film starts at 8 o'clock in the evening. So, if this action will happen in the future according to a timetable, I use present simple. So I have three uses of present simple. The first one to express a habit, the second one to express a fact, and the third one to express an event that will happen in the future according to a timetable. Okay. The key words of the present simple are usually, often, always, sometimes, never, and every. Again, the key words for the present simple are usually, often, always, sometimes, never, and every. So, when I say we usually play football in the club, I use the present simple because I have usually here in this sentence. He always studies hard. He always studies hard. I use the present simple because I have always in the sentence. We listen to music every night. I use the present simple also because I have every in this sentence. Okay? We use always, usually, often, sometimes, ever, and never with present simple, and they come before the main verb and after verb to be. Again, these words, always, usually, often, sometimes, ever, never, I use them with present simple and they come before the main verb and after verb to be. Like when I say she's often. Often here in this sentence comes after verb to be. It comes after verb to be. She's often tired in the morning. And mom always makes our birthday cakes. Always here comes before the main verb. So always, usually, often, sometimes, ever and never, they come before the main verb or after verb to be. Okay, how to make question in present simple? We have two kinds of question, as you know. We have yes or no question and WH question. First of all, we are going to start with yes or no question. To form a yes or no question, start with do or does. We start in present simple, yes or no question with do or does. We use do with they, we, you, I, or any plural noun. We use do, then we use they, we, you, I, any plural noun, then the base form of the verb. Like when I say, do we play football in the morning? Do the students correct their mistakes? So, to make yes or no question in the present simple, we use do or does. We use do with they, we, you, I, or any plural noun. We use does with he, she, it, or any singular noun. Then we put the base form of the verb also. We remove s from the verb. Don't forget. Like when I say, does he finish the work? Does she eat the apple? Listen to me. To make a question again, in the present simple, we have two kinds of question. As you know, yes or no question and WH question. First of all, yes or no question. To make a yes or no question in the present simple, I use do or does. I use do or does. Do with they, we, you, I, any plural noun, then the base form of the verb. Does with he, she, it, or any singular noun, then the base form also of the verb. Okay? To make a WH question, we start with a question word. Do you know what is question word? Question word like what, like why, like when, like where, any question word. I use the question word, then I use do or does, then I use the subject, then the base form of the verb. Again, I use the question word, then I use do. If I have they, we, you, I, any plural noun, then the base form of the verb. Like when I say, what do you like to eat? When do films start? So, a question word, do, then they, we, you, I, any plural noun, then the base form of the verb. If the subject, he, she, it, any singular noun, I use does. A question word, does, plus he, she, it, any singular noun, then the base form of the verb. Like when I say, what does she like to drink? What does she like to drink? I use does because the subject is she. Again, I use does because the subject is she. Then I use the base form of the verb. What does she like to drink? When does the plane arrive? What does the plane arrive?